The Super Eagles of Nigeria begin their Niger for the Win campaign in Morocco. That's in Group C of the 2025 Africa Cup of Nations, where they'll battle the likes of Tanzania, Uganda, and Tunisia. And definitely, we'll be covering all of the action involving the Super Eagles of Nigeria in Morocco. Here's our preview of the first game against Tanzania, right here on the Nutmeg. And definitely, I remain your host, Ayomide. I bid you welcome to the show. And most certainly, of course, on the Nutmeg in this period, this festive AFCON period, one of the faces you'll be getting used to is not just mine, but also Kay. Kay, alongside other people, will be judging the performance of the Super Eagles right there in Morocco. Great to have you on the show again, Kay.
Always a pleasure, Ayomide.
And the campaign is Niger for the Win. How far do you think we can go in this tournament? That's the first question.
Well, I think we should just use the AFCON as a makeshift for the disappointment for the World Cup. But I feel like the Super Eagles should tackle this with, okay, guys, we can go for this and win it. In the past couple of tournaments, we've come very close. Coming second in the last edition, of course, in Côte d'Ivoire. It's so annoying that we couldn't lift it, but I think we have another chance here. Looking at the group that we have, Group C, having the likes of Tunisia, Uganda, and Tanzania. I feel this is a group we should, not have issues. But this is Super Eagles.
Of course,
you cannot have
it's not the Super Eagles if it's not dramatic.
Exactly.
William Troost-Ekong had been leading the Super Eagles of Nigeria even from AFCON last year.
Yeah.
And now he's retired just before the start of the tournament.
I think Troost-Ekong can have his head high. He did his best while he was very active with the Super Eagles over a decade, thereabouts. And I think he made his mark. And I also think that him retiring at this point, I would say yes. It's if you look at his games recently or off late, he's not his usual self. He's becoming very slow, and his age.
I think the boiling point is the fact that he retires just a few weeks before the major tournament. I mean, he could have done that after the World Cup qualifiers when Nigeria was confirmed to not be playing at the Mundial in 2026.
He did mention that he's going to be at the AFCON, not just playing, but of course the support we expected will still be there. So I feel there is nothing, we don't really have much to lose in terms of the leadership, in as much as we still have quite a lot of guys who can still offer the leadership there. We have indeed still very much around in the squad and the likes, but I feel like he went out when maybe the ovation is still quite normal, not so down.
So looking at the new leadership group, let's talk about three leaders: captain, vice captain, and maybe supporting cast. Who do you think that should be?
I think when Troost-Ekong has not played, we have NDD captain.
Yes, but should he be captain now? There's been talk about, so I don't want to preempt you, but there's been talk about some certain persons also handling the role.
It's a tricky one, and I think we might not be in the best of knowledge to really say that, okay, this is the captain. I think Chel will really know, because he's the one with the guys. He knows how everybody is doing.
Obviously, Chel will make his choice. I'm just, asking.
Yeah, but from my hand, I think I'm very much fine with Ndidi. Judging by the experience as well, he's been around.
How about Victor Osimhen? How do you think about Osimhen being captain?
Osimhen being captain is not wrong, but I feel like Osimhen at this time, it might be another weight. Maybe he's not really.
But he carries the weight on the shoulder.
Yeah, sometimes
he doesn't look like someone that.
Not all heroes wear capes, like they say. So I think the role he's playing currently, I'm very much sure that he's very.
I mean, not all players wear the armband, but every player within their own right is a leader.
Exactly. Just look at Arsenal. You have what's it called?
We have to go back to Arsenal.
No, we have to look at that.
Let's leave Arsenal, please. Let's talk about the national team of Nigeria. Now let's look at that group, Group C. And we're coming in with a lot of expectations. Although the Nigerian football community, you're not too sure where everyone is, but when Nigeria is playing a major tournament, the fans are always demanding. Yeah. They always want to win. And the campaign now is Nigeria for the Win. So definitely the last one, we got to the final, we're very close.
Very close.
Although many people didn't expect the Super Eagles to get that far. And I personally did not expect, but they went that far. So you could imagine maybe they could do it again.
Now that we have an expectation, yeah.
And then the players perhaps also having a point to prove after not qualifying for the World Cup, knowing fully well that the next time they'll go for a tournament, might not be next year.
Yeah.
They want to make this count. Obviously, okay, maybe next year. It depends. Of course, you see Nigeria coming out of that group, right? So yes, certainly, maybe they'll still play next year. But technically speaking, after this tournament, they may not represent Nigeria
for quite a while.
Yeah. So they want to make the best. Also, it's an aging group. Some of these players will not play again, and it's another chance to try and pick up silverware in their time with Nigeria. But you look at the opponents: Tanzania, Uganda, 2 East African countries, by the way. Tanzania, Uganda, and Tunisia. Tunisia, by the way, a very difficult opponent historically for Nigeria. Really difficult opponent. It's always difficult anytime the Super Eagles of Nigeria faces North African sides. And I think after Tanzania, it is Tunisia. So let's now go into the games. Tanzania first. They don't look like a high-profile opponent, but
just like
in African football,
like Congo.
in African football, the Congo game, I sort of knew what to expect. To be fair, I thought this Congo game, they may not have the biggest of names, but they have quality players.
The teams are right.
Maybe I'm not going to say the same for Tanzania, because I'm not too sure about players in their ranks. But I guess the expectation has to be that they win. I mean, to get off to a great start and signal a statement of intent to the rest of Africa, to the rest of competing teams that they're here for business.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you. We have no other motive or whatever it is than to just go for this. This is the only compensation we can take for the disappointment of the World Cup, like we said earlier. So I think the Super Eagles, right from the coach to the players, they need to get the motivation from wherever they want to get it from, and just go for this. Against Tanzania, that's the first game on the 23rd. We go for that, we win that, then we know that, okay, fine. At least we have a statement, like you said, we are here to compete, not just to watch another. But then I'm not so confident when it comes to the Super Eagles, you don't
know what to expect.
Exactly. You can't have your hopes high these days. And so I'm still very much maybe skeptical, but I still feel like the team should win.
Obviously now, Eric Chell is in the spotlight more than he's ever done, because he's handled the team now for a while, and he's also, there's certain people who say, okay, you have to give him time. Now we've given him time. I think there's not been any more important assignment for Rachel than this up to date. Couldn't qualify for the World Cup. Maybe that was not entirely his fault, because I mean, different coaches at different points of the qualifying campaign handled the Super Eagles. But on this one, it's only right that he's judged by the performance of this team at the tournament. Yeah,
definitely. I think this is going to go a long way, on his career personally, and also for the Super Eagles. He was unable to get the team to the World Cup, like you said, but then, like, we can't really blame him. I think his stats are quite fair enough. The loss was just due to the penalty shootout to DR Congo. So this is a fresh start for him, a new tournament, and the very first one that he is taking the Super Eagles. He was with Mali the last time out, and of course they did well. I think they got to the quarterfinals, before they lost out. And this is another time with another team. And I think we must also look at the dimension of the Super Eagles. He brought in quite a number of interesting guys, into the team. And I must say, I also commend that, because we have, like you said, a lot of this current group will be retiring soon. Some are hitting their 30s. Some will be in the next 3 years. So bringing those new guys of like Akin Sumoro and the likes.
Yeah, you just mentioned one of the new guys. Let's talk about the new guys. You've got names that you probably have not heard before. Akin Sumoro is one of them. Definitely was a protege for Beyond Limits at some point, then broke out into Europe. Certainly this is one player to watch out for. Eguavoen, I hope I'm getting that name correct now. Is also a new player. Then Salim Fago is another player. You've not heard of these players.
Alebio Soria.
Ryan, I think plays for Blackburn. You've not heard of these players. What's your disposition to their inclusion? A lot of fans are divided in their opinion, but you want to also argue that the AFCON is where some stars have also platformed their abilities. So where do you stand, really? Keep in mind, there was a certain, what's his name now? Mba. In the year we won the AFCON.
2013.
And
nobody ever saw that coming.
Nobody knew it. Now we have 4 new entrants who are really untested in the Super Eagles colours. And you probably want to argue you want your most experienced hands. But what do you see happening with this squad? How do they affect, you know, Eric Chel's selection right now, those 4 players?
It's a very tricky one as always, but then I feel like I'm in support of Eric Chel with this one because we went with the normal guys in the qualifiers for the World Cup, but where did that land us, you know? So I think sometimes we take away some of the opportunities that we should give to some of these guys who might be hungry, you know, to showcase what they've got. And I feel like these guys are young. Most of them are youngs in their early 20s and all that. And I feel like they will be ready to make a statement, you know, on the team and ready to take their mark and place, you know, compete for place. So for the likes of Akinci Moriwo and the likes and the people you mentioned earlier too, I feel it is a very good commendation.
I think there's also Ebenezer Akol, a very young goalkeeper, 15-year-old.
So that made the shot, you imagine. So I think on that part, I'm with Eric on that.
Okay, so its first task for the Super Eagles is Tanzania.
Yeah.
How do you see that shaping up just before we round off here on the show?
We should win, no matter what.
What kind of win? Comprehensive or just
you are
just
not
pick up?
You are not so sure about Super Eagles, you know.
Yeah.
But I feel we should have a comfortable win, 2-0.
2-0 win. Then it is. Let's know what your take is on the prediction for the game. It's definitely happening in Morocco, and it kickstarts the Super Eagles campaign in Morocco, and they are trying to win their 4th title on the continent to become 4-time African champions. Do let us know how far you think they can go, as well as what the scoreline could be, and probably stand a chance to win something, you know, on the comment section. If I see your prediction and, of course, you sort of predict right, definitely I'll be watching. You never know. So, but then let's know. Tell us your predictions in the comment section, and definitely we'll be following. You could also follow us across this Yuletide season into the new year, as the African Cup of Nations will kickstart from the 21st December up until the 18th of January. We'll be covering all of the action right here on Guardian TV. Thank you very much for watching this edition of the show. You can be part of the community by hitting the subscribe button and also tapping the notification bells to get all our latest content. Also, you can follow us on social media. We are Guardian Nigeria across all platforms. Okay, as always, it's been a pleasure.
Always.
We are now looking forward to the first game. Fingers crossed, and we'll see how that goes. My name remains Ayomide Daniels. Thank you very much for watching once again. I'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye, guys.